Yɛfra me Dynamo Atim, me ye empreko. Edu baabi a mo anu nyinimu ene yare nketenkete bi a ɛha nketwa no emwa na mo anu enkoso. Yenumu ana adwusu dwaben Pig Farmers and Processors Association ye tie dra yɛfra no RE3 enka. Nanso ne ni hu nimdie bia. Enti yekoso kire SDF fo no ana omukopɛ sika bre yen as a grant ana yekɔ hu tech fo no na omoba ma ye ntete emre dodo ananka mo ani di ansa na wo manyini no eso teye busumi nsia na wanyini na wo ton agi sika.
The Skills Development Fund SDF is an initiative of the government of Ghana with funding from the World Bank and the NIDA to help Ghanaian firms become competitive. From now till 20th December 2013, SDF is requesting informal sector trade associations and farmer-based groups that require innovative skills and technology to submit their proposals for assistance. Visit sdfghana.org to apply.
The private sector has been identified as the engine of growth for the economy of Ghana. A critical component of this sector is infrastructure development to facilitate and sustain foreign and local investments. Among the key infrastructure are harbors, railways, energy, work and housing, and communication and roads. An improved road transport infrastructure facilitates national economic development and regional integration. In pursuit of this, the Ministry of Roads and Highways has been constructing roads nationwide from feeder to highways. This it has always done through road contractors in the private sector, both foreign and local. The Association of Road Contractors is a group of about 460 Ghanaian construction firms involved in the construction, maintenance and rehabilitation of roads, culverts, bridges, drains, etc. This is our focus for today as we seek to find out what SDF's intervention has done for them. My name is Albert ANKRAH and you are warmly welcome to SDF Diaries.
The private sector has been identified as the engine of growth for the economy of Ghana. A critical component of this sector is infrastructural development to facilitate and sustain foreign and local investments. Among the key infrastructure are harbors and railways, energy, works and housing, communications and roads. An improved road transport infrastructure facilitates national economic development and regional integration. In pursuit of this, the Ministry of Roads and Highways has been constructing roads nationwide, from feeder to highways. This it has always done through road contractors in the private sector, both foreign and local. The Association of Road Contractors is a group of about 460 Ghanaian construction firms involved in the construction, maintenance and rehabilitation of roads, culverts, bridges, drains and related facilities aimed at enhancing the safe transportation of people, goods and services. The main objective of the association has been to promote the business interests of members, liaise with governments on issues affecting the local construction industry, represent the interest of the local road contractor in the development of legislations, regulations and bylaws, enhance the capacity of its members to deliver quality road construction, maintenance and repair works to the Ghanaian public. KWEKU NUAMAH is the Executive Secretary of the association.
This is a national-based association with offices in all 10 regions, and we have a number of objectives which we set ourselves. Our principal among them relating to government in terms of making the relevant inputs to help government fashion out the necessary policy framework for the industry, and also to help government in terms of legislation, regulations and the necessary bylaws which would necessarily affect players in our industry. We do a lot of proposals, write-ups for government to help government shape the relevant policies. On an annual basis, we have made inputs into the national economy. Our focus in all these have been our industry, the construction industry, because we believe that, as a nation, we need to set our eyes on developing construction as a key sector of the industry. And then the third key objective is addressing the capacity needs of our members. Obviously, there is no practitioner who can operate efficiently if their capacity is weak. And the kind of problem we face in this industry is that because, as I said earlier on, majority of our members fall within the MSME brackets, and there are broad capacity, issues, facing our members.
My name is Jacob Enu Ansa, and I own Enu Ansa Farms. What we are into is tilapia hatchery fishing. We are concerned about increasing our production. Our biggest resource is water. Our riverbed where we source our water is drying up, and we needed to recirculate the little that we get. So we heard about SDF. We applied, they approved our application, got the funding that we needed to help us install the recirculation aquaculture systems, and also supported us bringing an expert to train us and install the systems. Since then, we've been producing 600,000 from the previous 200,000 monthly. Indeed, we have capacity to do up to 1 million fingerlings.
The Skills Development Fund, SDF, is an initiative of the Government of Ghana with funding from the World Bank and the NIDA to help Ghanaian firms become competitive. From now till 20th January 2014, SDF is requesting firms that require innovative technology to submit their proposals for assistance. Visit sdfghana.org to apply.
Being a local assembly of Ghanaian companies, one of the key challenges the association faced was the lack of expertise in the development of tender and bidding documents. The procurement of road contracts has always been by competitive bidding, a process which involved the compilation and submission of technical quotations among other technical documents. Due to the limited technical know-how of members, they either ended up advancing huge sums of money to consultants without any guarantee of securing a contract, or prepared their own quotation to the best of their ability, a situation which mostly led to either an underquotation or overquotation of values, thereby making the bid lack competitiveness. This sometimes led to contractors having to abandon ongoing projects just because the pricing of quotes were underestimated.
Difficulty is that once people are bidding low, sometimes not because they so wish, but because they lack the technical competence to put these rates together to assess the rates and for that matter to be able to come out with very realistic bids. I mean, what it means is that you may win a project and then you are unable to complete the project. You are unable to complete the project because you probably underbidded. I mean, just because the technical knowledge in terms of putting the rates together is not there. In very rare situations, you may also have situations of overbidding, and that would also, have implications, its own implications for whoever is financing the project and for indeed for the execution of the project. So about 80-90% of our members are within the MSME brackets, and what it means is that their capacity is already very low, and foreign contractors come in, and because of the weak capacity of our members, these foreign contractors are the ones who would be able to assess the jobs in place. But for instance, we have said to government, for instance, if we want to develop the local industry, then could we, for instance, look at a situation where we can set aside about 30% of all contracts which the foreign contractors are, winning.
My name is Samuel Bolu. When the European market switched on to the new variety called MD2, it was very difficult for us to adopt to the new variety because we don't have the technology. The land preparation is quite different. The fertilization, almost everything was different. And at the end, if you continue the way it was, we would have ended up even closing up the farm. Thanks to SDF, we received a grant of 248,000 Ghana cedis, which enabled us to bring in a consultant who is currently teaching us to cultivate planted the new variety MD2. At the moment, we have been able to increase our yield from 20 tons to 80 tons per hectare, and we are able to sell to European and North American markets.
The Skills Development Fund, SDF, is an initiative of the Government of Ghana with funding from the World Bank and the NIDA to help Ghanaian firms become competitive. From now till 20th January 2014, SDF is requesting firms that require innovative skills and technology to submit their proposals for assistance. Visit sdfghana.org to apply.
In September 2012, the association decided to apply to SDF for funding to enable them train their members in the calculation, use and application of rates for work items. The training, which was aimed at equipping their members with skills in providing realistic and accurate pricing of their bills of quantities, which is a critical component of the procurement process for road contracts. This led to the award in March 2013 of a grant of 114,610 Ghana cedis by the SDF committee to sponsor the requested trainings. Atu Simpson is the SDF manager.
The construction sector is one of the 5 sectors prioritized for support by SDF, and it is also one sector that has very big challenges when it comes to the skill set required to execute contracts effectively. And interestingly, when we're able to resolve these with a bit of investment, the return you will get is going to be much higher than if you put the money elsewhere. And so we decided to support the application that ASROC submitted. It was to train 120 of their top contractors or contracting staff in skills that were required to ensure that the construction work they did was up to the required standard by the clients. And we believe that by this, they would have been able to increase their productivity and enhance their profitability for the betterment of themselves and the country as a whole.
The association has since organized one training for 120 members in the Eastern, Ashanti and Greater Accra regions in the preparation of competitive and realistic quotations and the building up of rates for works in the road construction industry. The training has tremendously enhanced the capacity of the local contractor in the development of competitive and realistic quotations, placing them in a competitive position to apply, secure, and efficiently execute road construction, rehabilitation, and maintenance contracts.
In the past, what we do is we underestimate the quotation. So when we get the contract, we are not able to complete the project. So we ended up abandoning the site, and it's really not good for us because it makes us to lose. Yes. And every businessman or businesswoman would want to gain profit to make the business grow and not to abandon projects and then lose.
Another area of impact has been in the cost of production.
Building rate is very, very important as far as construction is concerned. Why am I saying this? It's because this is what shows whether you are doing a quality job or you are doing a shoddy job. And before we can build up this rate, it involves a consultant who is aside our company, which involves us to pay the consultant, and it was up to 5% of the contract sum. But now ASROC organized a build-up rate program, which my company gave me an opportunity to attend, and through the training I was able to build up rate for my own company, which is helping the company immensely. And one thing I have realized is that initially it was consultants who prepared them for us, but now since we do it, that amount that is given to the consultant has been retained by the company, and now we used to use about 75% of the contract sum for production. Now it is 70%, which the 5% has been retained in the company. These are the things that I've acquired after the ASROC program.
Not only has the cost of production reduced for road contractors, their efficiency in executing contracts has increased tremendously due to the application of realistic quotes.
In the past, our company used to hire quantity surveyors to build our rates for us. But now, because of the program, we now have the capacity to build our own rates, and that is of a tremendous benefit to us because it saves us from spending a lot on building the rates. The other benefit of the program is that now we are able to control our projects better and more efficient because now you know how much you are supposed to spend on materials, how much you are supposed to spend on labor, and how much you are supposed to spend on equipment. And so when you are planning for your project, you're able to plan it well with very realistic figures.
My name is Daku. I'm a mushroom grower. Mushroom growing is a specialized business. We were not having enough supply of ponds, the seeds for the production of mushroom. We have to travel all the way to ANKRAH. Fortunately, SDF program came and my association benefited from the scheme. We were granted 96,000 Ghana cedis to train 60 of us. After the training, can now produce ponds, seedlings, and this has actually increased our production levels to about 30%. Our profit margins to have gone up.
The Skills Development Fund, SDF, is an initiative of the Government of Ghana with funding from the World Bank and the NUAMAH to help Ghanaian firms become competitive. From now till